Ruth, thank you so much for joining us here today, and thank you for your time. You're an entrepreneur in Canada, and what drew you to get involved with Rising Strength?
So it was very interesting because I had, my husband and I had actually taken a break from everything and taken off for 9 months sailing down to the Bahamas.
Wow.
And when we came back, I just really felt like God was saying, you need to spend regular time with me every day. And sort of at the culmination of that, I actually connected with Brian Stiller and told him I was, looking for ways that I could invest my skills in what the World Evangelical Alliance was doing, which is where Amanda is connected to. She's the head of Women's Commission. And he actually recommended that I attend the conference. And part of me was like, I don't even know why I'm here. And I heard that echoed in some of the other women that were there. Like, I don't know why I was picked, why I'm here. But it was, I'm so thankful that God opened that door.
Wow, that's brilliant. And what impact did the consultation have on you?
Well, I think it was a couple of things. I was asked to do a presentation on women in business, which doing the research for actually was very inspiring because although there were a lot of negatives in the research and women not getting paid what they're worth and everything, the impact that the women have is enormous. So, for instance, one of the research topics that I came up with or found in the supporting documents was actually that having a woman as CEO can have actually a bigger impact than having McKinsey come and consult for your company. And it's cheaper to have a woman as CEO than to have McKinsey come. So it's like, well, okay, so where's your spending value coming in as a company if you can bring a woman in? So that, together with some of the stories that I heard at this event, really, really had a huge impact on me. So as the other women were talking, they were talking about the things that they were doing in their countries. And we're talking about some third world countries, what women are doing. And one of them in particular was Jennifer from Barbados. And she's tackling human trafficking, training women, like the list just goes on and on and on. And it has a huge impact there. And I said to her, Jennifer, what made you do all of this stuff? And she goes, what do you mean what made me do it? It has to be done, so we do it. And that was just the end of it. And so it just really kind of made me think. I think sometimes in North America we have luxuries of deciding what we want to do with our lives, and in other countries they don't. Women just take things in hand and get it done, and that was very inspiring for me.
Why do you think it's important for us to develop healthy leadership culture for women in all areas of life?
Well, I think it's important to develop healthy leadership culture, period, especially in Christian communities. I'm working on a book that talks about how important it is that we are seated and grounded with God for all leadership. But the challenge that's happening in the developed world is that women and men are in Christian communities are worrying so much about their own personal development or their own persons. There's a lot of life coaching that's going on, rather than going, like Jennifer said, there's a problem and I need to get it done. Am I qualified? That's actually not a factor. It's, has God asked me to do something and I'm going to get it done? And so taking women from the constant dialogue over, am I good enough? Are my capabilities good enough? And being stuck in sort of that me loop. We need to pull our leaders to a point where they just say something needs to be done and I'm going to get it done.
And how are you implementing what you learned now in your daily life and in your work?
Well, I've taken on some personal, I guess, challenges to dive in personally. There are two things that I'm doing. One is I've started a conversation around redemptive entrepreneurship, but on the World Evangelical Alliance side for Women's Commission, I've taken up a challenge from Amanda to actually start a national women's group within Canada. So I'm going through setting up the approval processes right now, and it will be called Women of Impact. And that's really what I hope the women of Canada can grasp, that they have impact where they step out and have faith in God and follow his call.
That's amazing. Ruth, thank you so much for spending time with us and sharing your thoughts today. It's been great.